To sell is part of the experience. It's the framework in which the entire project rides on. It's not something you have to manipulate people to do or to think about or to want to do. This is something that we get to do. Welcome to the Sales Made Simple podcast. This podcast is dedicated to helping overwhelmed outdoor living professionals, landscapers, and hardscapers just like you increase your closing rate to over 75% without doubling your workload so you can build a seven-figure business that doesn't need you. I'm your host, Joshua Gillow. Let's dig in. This segment is all about why you hate selling and how it's costing you millions of dollars. Man, I'm telling you, there's no subject that's more passionate in my heart than to talk to people about the story they have around selling. And for some, sales comes easy, but for most of us, not so much. We love to build stuff. So we take on this identity as a builder, right? I'm a builder. I'm not a salesperson. And it's not because you're lazy. It's not because you don't care, but you've convinced yourself that you're a builder, not a salesperson. But think about how many opportunities you've lost because you haven't spent time to develop your skill as a communicator, as a salesperson. Because if you learn how to sell, you can then build more stuff. So guys, look, watch this. When you think of selling, you think of pressure, manipulation, sleazy tactics, or begging, right? So you avoid it. Pretend it doesn't matter. Tell yourself, my work speaks for itself. If they want it, they're going to call me. Meanwhile, it's costing you so many projects that you'll never have the opportunity to build. And if you're sitting with clients and you're talking about, because you have to sell projects, right? And you flinch about the price you're saying and you're like, it's like $121,000 for this. And you say it even without physically flinching. If you emotionally flinch or it's in your voice or your tonality, your clients can feel it. And they can feel that you aren't certain or you aren't confident. And the next thing you know, lesser contractor ends up grabbing your project and building that dream job for the customer. And you don't get the chance to do it. You don't get to do what you love to do because you think that sales is somehow sleazy or manipulative. My bigger goal is to help you understand how sales is a service. To sell is part of the experience. It's the framework in which the entire project rides on. It's not something you have to manipulate people to do or to think about or to want to do. This is something that we get to do. This is something that we can offer our clients as a massive value, is the experience that they get from the first call all the way through the end. That's selling. It's not just when they give you money. It's the entire process. And it's, as guides, this is part of what it takes to grow. Because you know what? So many people get scared about big numbers. I didn't grow up with a lot of money. I know that when I first started asking customers for $1,000 to $5,000, my voice would quiver. And I'd be like, holy moly, who's got $1,000 to $5,000 sitting in a bank account somewhere? And I couldn't understand it because that wasn't my life. I certainly didn't. I was in debt. And then $10,000 projects and $50,000 projects and $100,000 projects and $1 million projects. Like, what is this? And who are these people? And when we start thinking about these numbers, we start thinking about selling in general, and we realize that it's part of our gift to our customers. It's being able to communicate, go through a process of deep discovery and find A, if we're a good fit, and B, what they truly need, want, and desire to create a space that is going to enhance their life, to bring their family back together. I mean, this is a big calling that we have as professionals. So when we get stuck on the idea of closing and thinking that, oh man, we've got to discount because if we don't discount, we're not getting the project, and losing thousands. And then going out and meeting with everybody because God forbid you don't go out and meet with everybody, and you don't need to qualify people because that's rude. And so we don't do that. And then you lose tens of thousands of dollars and tons of time out of your day and out of your week, out of your month, out of your life. And then chasing the wrong people, thinking that, man, if I could just stick with them long enough or follow up until they say yes, we're talking hundreds and hundreds of hours that are wasted. How does that translate into money? And then long term, combine all that stuff. That's millions in growth and potential referrals that have all fell apart, all because we have a story around money that is not positive, that we feel like it's beneath us or something that only other people do. And we're just going to let our work speak for it. Now, I'm not taking away that great work will sell. I'm not trying to take that away, but what I am saying is that we have to look at sales in a different way as an industry, as a benefit and a privilege to be part of with our customers, to bring them to realization of what they truly need and not what they might think they need, and be that guide throughout this. Because selling isn't sleazy. Silence is. Not helping customers or talking at customers or throwing the Techo Block book at customers and having them figure it out. That's the part that is sleazy. That's the part that makes sales so nasty that nobody wants to do it. It's slowing it down, realizing that when you don't sell, you're robbing your clients of clarity, of confidence, of the best solution for them. Because if they don't buy from you, they're going to buy from somebody. And maybe that somebody doesn't have the same bedside manner you do. Maybe that somebody just cares about money and they're going to take advantage of this family. Maybe that, by not selling, you're given the opportunity for those clients to possibly be taken advantage of. And when we think about it, it's such a beautiful thing to create relationships with people, specifically when it comes to projects like this, because you get a chance to impact their lives. So what we need to do is shift in our heads the idea of what sales truly is. Sales is a service. We're serving our customers through sales. It's not manipulative. It's not sleazy. When you do it with integrity and when you do it with morality, when you do it from your heart, not just your head, it becomes a beautiful, beautiful relationship with customers, symbiotic bond back and forth. You don't have to become the best objection buster. I mean, you see these guys on Facebook and you see them on Instagram and they're just like, sell me this pen and do this dumb stuff, right? It's like, that is just such Hollywood crap. At the end of the day, what we're trying to do is build a relationship. That's really what we're trying to do here. And if you're constantly thinking, you know what? I don't like to sell. I hate to sell, actually. I just want to use my hands and build stuff. That's all I want to do. And this whole sales thing's getting in the way. I think you're a lot closer than you think you are. The biggest fear we have in sales isn't that we won't make the sale. It's that we'll feel rejected. Is that somehow deep down, we've wired that when we don't get the sale, that we are not enough. And that if we're not enough, we can't be loved or won't be loved. That's the deepest core of all of this. It's if we can rewrite the story you have around what sales is and your role in it and empower you to help guide customers to the best solutions. Most of the time, that'll be your offer. By value stacking, by giving them a great reason to say yes to your premium pricing. Well, I think we've all done a good thing because we're helping people. We're guiding them. We're making sure that they get somebody who truly cares and is going to do a great job, sets expectations and delivers on them. That's really what it's all about, right? So sales doesn't have to be sleazy. It can. If that old story stays in your head, it probably will be forever. But we're going to help you through this process of rewriting that story, where sales is a positive thing that you look forward to doing, that you look forward to talking about budget and what the client's needs are and time frames and all of that. This becomes exciting and fun, not something you dread because all you really want to do is build the thing. What if you could close 75% of your projects without chasing, convincing, or dropping your price? That's not a dream, that's the mission. Mission 75. Here at Yes Express Sales Academy, we are spearheading a bold shift to help outdoor living contractors sell with confidence, not desperation. Because let's be real, you've been told to just give them a good price and hope for the best. You've been trained to beg for work and give away your time and compete with contractors who don't even play at your level. That ends now. I wrote the Core 10 Sales Playbook because it's the system I desperately needed 20 years ago. It's built for real-world, design-build contractors, not guys in suits. Inside, I'll show you how to qualify leads in minutes, speak to emotion, not features, cut confusion and eliminate ghosting, lead the sales call with calm authority, and close premium jobs without flinching. That book drops in January 2026. Check out the show notes to get on the list to be the first in line to grab your copy of the Core 10 Sales Playbook before they're gone. This isn't about working harder, it's about selling smarter, and it starts now. Let's raise the standard together.